What's up, you guys? So today is Wednesday, and my wheel bearing on the car started acting up. At first, it sounded like a piece of plastic, like, you know, when you get this thing that comes off of here, and it goes on here, and it starts making that grinding noise. It sounded like I was dragging something. So I went ahead and I came back here, and I looked everywhere, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then, as soon as I started making turns, I could hear a grinding noise. At first, I didn't hear it, but then it started getting louder and louder where I could hear it. So, I do have a wheel bearing that's sitting up there. These are just like random Honda items that I have, like stuff. And it's basically the whole wheel assembly for the back. Wheel bearing assembly. So we're going to be removing that from the Civic. The first thing you want to do is jack up the car, throw your tower under there, throw your tire somewhere. Always just slide it towards the back. The next thing you want to do is you want to pop this out, and you will expose that. When you pop this out, this is on there pretty good most of the time. So you just want to take a screwdriver and a hammer and just pound it out all the way around. Then you go ahead, you pop it off. Then you got this bolt right here. This is going to be a 32. I already went ahead and loosened it. Basically, when I loosened it, I just went ahead and I attached it to this guy right here. I put it on there, and I took this hammer and I held it right here, and I just started pounding it down, and that released that. So I'm not going to take this off completely. The next thing you want to do is remove your drum. If your drum is stuck like mine is, there's two holes right here, right there, and right there. What you want to do, these holes are threaded, so what you want to do is you want to take a bolt and stick it in there, take another bolt, stick it in there, and start to release it. And if it's rusted on, it'll release it forward. When you do this, make sure that, see, like right now, my e-brake is on. When your e-brake is on, it's putting force against each side of this, against the sides. So what you want to do is, you want to make sure that your e-brake is completely down. Then start to tighten these little bolts that are right here. And that's going to go ahead and start to release this drum. You can see it coming out already. Alright, you guys, so I went ahead and it took me a little bit of time. I managed to get it off. I flipped it right off. And now this stuff, all this dust that's on here, is really dangerous to breathe in. So be very, very careful. Don't use any like air compressors or anything around this. You don't want this stuff coming back at you. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, our 32 millimeter, put it in here since it was already loose. before I slide it out all the way, I don't know if you guys can hear the noise it was making. So the faster it goes, the more noise. Alright. Looks pretty wet in there. Ooh, yeah, this bearing was really bad. It's like sliding, I can feel it sliding. Let me see the one that I have. Alright, for the one that I have, I got all this stuff. I got the little shield, brand new nut. You got this little keyway thing, washer. And this one feels kind of loose also itself. Huh. You guys hear it? I mean, it's a used bearing that I had laying around. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? You know what I just noticed? What the fuck are these? Are they trying to turn this Civic into like a little monster truck, or what the fuck? I don't remember seeing this on the other side, so I don't know if only one side has it or what the hell. But I need some coilovers pretty badly. That's so funny. What the fuck? Either way, you take your piece, wheel bearing assembly, slide it right in. You take your little washer thing, you put it right on there on the little keyway. It's only going to go in one way. You take your nut and you put it right on there. And usually to time this, what you want to do is you want to torque it. But before you can even torque it, you're going to have to put your drum back on so you can pull your e-brake to lock everything. I believe. Oh no, never mind. I thought the whole thing was going to spin, but it's not. It could be torqued down. So once it's torqued down, you go ahead and you put a little hit on this right here. Just like your front axles, you don't want this nut to slip back and slip out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. That way, it won't back out. And when you go to replace it again, you put your screwdriver right in there, and you hammer it in, lift it up. So this piece is back in there, and basically now, I just want to put my tire back on. Oh yeah, before I put my tire back on, the little shield, put it right on there. You guys can see right there a little slat. That's where I stuck my screwdriver through at one point. Can't even tell. That's going to be it for replacing the wheel bearing. So I'm going to go around the block and see how it handles. See if there's any noise. That wheel bearing did look good, but then I was kind of suspicious because they were both kind of like moving around. So we're going to have to put it to a test. Alright you guys, so today is Saturday, and the bearing is really good. It hasn't given me any more problems. It's been driving really smooth. I have a huge mess in this garage. This is what I call my huge mess. These little things. And then that's all trash right there. All of this needs to be cleaned up. I went ahead and I did most of the wire harness on the motorcycle. It's looking way different. If you guys were watching my motorcycle build, I went ahead and I reused this face thing. I really don't want to invest any more money into the bike. I went ahead and I hydro dipped it. Then I took the back and I drilled it out, and I had an HID, an extra HID laying around, and I went ahead and I rewired it to right here to this switch. So this is my headlight switch. Let it warm up. I went ahead and I cut a hole right here on the seat, and I put some tape, some duct tape. Yeah, so the motorcycle's almost done. This is CX6. I installed my tail light on there. You see the HID. Yeah, so the only thing that's missing is just those little wires that are right here. I gotta cut them, and the 3 wires that I have left that are dangling down, that you can see right here, those are for turn signals. I don't know if I'm gonna get turn signals or if I'm just gonna rock it out like that and just use hand signals or whatever. But that's where I'm at in the bike. I want to replace this and this. Well, you guys remember how horrible the bike looked at the beginning when I first got it? And this is what it looks like now. Huge difference. So I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning out the garage. Pick all this stuff up. Back up the Civic. Sweep it all out. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and then we'll go ahead and start removing the sound deadening out of the inside of the Civic. Alright, so I got most of the garage cleaned up. And I heard from some guy that dry ice will take all this stuff off. You can see it. It's all over right here. Giant patch right here. There's a giant patch right here. There's another giant patch right here. There's some right here and some right there. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to scrape as much as I can off without any dry ice, because I really don't have any access to any dry ice. Oh, and there goes the spatula. Really wanted to use the plastic one because of the fact that I didn't want to scratch all this. But now I'm going to have to do it with the metal one or something. Alright, so I've been going at it for about 30 minutes now, and it's coming off so easily. I found a way where it comes off. So basically, I'll show you guys right now. I have a mallet, and I've been just like lightly tapping it. So I'll tap the whole thing. Like barely any pressure on there, just tapping it. And then look. Look at this. See, it's all coming right off. I thought it was going to be harder than this. I can feel that this side is kind of loose right here. Then I ended up using a spatula. After that other one broke, I tried using this, like a wire brush, that end, and that didn't work out. And then I went ahead and I started using a spatula for my barbecue. And then that didn't work out, so that's when I started tapping it with this. And I noticed that it was just coming off so easily. Oh yeah, and this one, it's not coming off right here, because I believe this one has like a small amount of tar underneath. Same thing that I had over here, the same spot. So for that one I used my little crowbar, and basically once I got under there, I started scraping it off. So I managed to get it all off. It's all in this milk crate. I really didn't have a bag, so I threw this thing over, just like I'll stay in there, and it feels pretty heavy now. I'm going to go ahead, empty out my vacuum, and start vacuuming everything in here, and then empty out the vacuum into here. That way we'll have a complete weight of what this all weighs. Alright you guys, so that's going to be the end of the video. We went ahead and we took out that sound deadening. I really got to get a scale so we could weigh all this stuff, but there's a shitload of stuff over here. And for next week, I have ordered some stuff. So there's officially some stuff on the way for the Honda Civic project. And also, and by stuff, I mean like aftermarket stuff that we're going to be doing to it. For the suspension wise, I'm thinking I wanted coilovers. I always do coilovers, but they're pretty expensive. So what I'm going to do is put together my own lowering kit. So I'm thinking going with the blocks lowering springs with like some kind of struts. I don't know what kind yet, and getting some of those top hats that are also for like lowering or whatever. The ones that are like really thick. And that's going to be it for now. And I just had a vision that maybe this car should be red. But I don't know, you guys tell me. That's going to be a next episode. Till then, catch you guys later. Peace.